Hi everyone, today we're going to be taking a look at a brand new Iowa Democratic Presidential Caucus poll that has some very interesting results to unpack. So we're going to be taking a look at a brand new Des Moines Register / CNN poll, and here are the results. Elizabeth Warren is in first place at 22%, Joe Biden is at 20%, Bernie Sanders is at 11%, Pete Buttigieg at 9%, Kamala Harris at 6%, Amy Klobuchar at 3%, Tulsi Gabbard at 2%, Cory Booker is next at 3%, Tulsi Gabbard at 2%, Andrew Yang at 2%, Tom Steyer, Beto O'Rourke both at 2%, and then the rest of the candidates polling at 1% or less. So this is very, very interesting. For the entirety of this election season, we have seen Bernie Sanders and Joe Biden always at the top. Joe Biden would be in first, Sanders in a distant second, Warren in a close third. This is definitely changing now. Iowa now, and this is an Iowa poll, not a national poll, but in Iowa, Elizabeth Warren now taking the lead. This is the, article, Elizabeth Warren surges and Joe Biden fades in close Iowa race, new poll shows. So here, a surging Elizabeth Warren is challenging Biden's dominance for the race in the 2020 Democratic nomination, standing at 22%. And I'm going to unpack, oh, by the way, Tulsi Gabbard, this is the third qualifying poll, so she will need one more poll in the next week that shows her at 2%. And to be completely honest, if she doesn't get it, it really does not look good for her campaign. And obviously, it looks even worse for all the other candidates, such as John Delaney, who did not take that on. So, who did not get into either of the debates and will not get into this fourth debate. Warren's improved standing overall, blah, 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 has increased a positive favorability rating. 75% have a favorable view, the best in the field, and she is only one of 4 candidates who have improved their favorability since the June CNN Des Moines Register polling. 71% are at least considering Warren's candidacy, ahead of the next best candidate on that score by 11 points. Biden is at 60%. The Massachusetts senator appears to be gaining ground primarily at the expense of Sanders. She holds the support of 32% of people who say they caucused for him in 2016. Sanders himself stands at 25% among that group, stands at 48% among people who consider themselves very liberal. And for the first time in the polling, she's edged ahead of Sanders in voters aged 35 or under. 27% back Warren, 22% back Sanders. So this is the change. Here we can see the changes. Warren is up 7 points, Biden is down 3, Sanders down 5. Pete Buttigieg actually down 6%. That's not good for his campaign at all, to be down 6%, just 9% there in Iowa. If it's gonna, why isn't this, there we go. Okay. Yeah, for many in the field, a summer spent campaigning in Iowa has done little to improve their chances from there, except for Warren, who's made strong gains. And so it's really going to be interesting to see how the different candidates do in the state of Iowa. And it's definitely a change from what we've been seeing. With the exception of this Iowa State University poll, it has always been, it's always been Elizabeth Warren. Elizabeth Warren has never been at the top except for these 2 latest polls. With the exception, it was Biden plus 13, 11, 2, 8, 1, 11, tied 8, and then there's one Warren victory there, but it really wasn't all that close. And so it's going to be interesting to see how Elizabeth Warren, whether she can hold that support or not. So that, I believe, will be it for today's video. Pretty quick video there. Just wanted to run through that new polling result that we got out of the state of Iowa. I will just check to make sure there's no recent polls since I last checked 10 minutes ago, which is very unlikely. But so it's going to be interesting to see who might win in Iowa. Yep, there's no new polls. I just wanted to touch on a few quick things. New Jersey, Joe Biden is leading by 6 points, followed by Warren at 20, followed by Sanders close behind at 18. Cory Booker is not winning in his home state of New Jersey. He is at 9%. He's in fourth place. It's not good for that. And I went on about Kamala Harris there, but Cory Booker is actually doing a bit better than Kamala Harris relative to everyone else. What I mean by that is that Cory Booker right now is in 4th place in his home state. Kamala Harris is in 5th place in her home state. So that's one thing difference. But what I'm sort of talking about is that the difference between the home state performance and the overall performance for Cory Booker is better than for Kamala Harris. Because Kamala Harris is polling at about 6% overall and 7% in her home state. Not there. Where's the California? Harris is at 6%. She's actually polling less than overall. She's polling less in her home state than nationally, whereas Cory Booker is doing much better in his home state than he is doing nationally. And so that's it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and good night.